Irrevocable trusts, a comprehensive guide to asset protection. A brief introduction. Irrevocable trusts are often used by people to protect their assets and secure their wealth. Asset protection is provided by irrevocable trusts, which offer benefits such as protection from creditors, lawsuit protection, and estate tax savings. Irrevocable trusts are one of the most effective ways to protect your assets, and we will examine how they work in this comprehensive guide. This guide will provide you with a clear understanding of how irrevocable trusts can be used to protect your personal assets or the assets of your business. How does an irrevocable trust work? Trustees manage irrevocable trusts for the benefit of beneficiaries under a legal agreement. The key feature of an irrevocable trust is that the trust creator cannot change or modify the trust, hence the term irrevocable. In contrast to revocable trusts, which can be modified or revoked by the trust creator at any time, this type of trust offers more comprehensive asset protection. What are the benefits of using irrevocable trusts for asset protection? The popularity of irrevocable trusts as an asset protection tool can be attributed to several factors. These are some of the key benefits of irrevocable trusts. Creditor protection. Irrevocable trusts provide the highest level of creditor protection. Creditors cannot seize assets transferred to the trust because they are no longer considered the property of the trust creator. In this case, the trustee holds the assets on behalf of the beneficiaries, since the trust is considered a separate legal entity. 2. Asset protection. Irrevocable trusts can also protect assets from lawsuits. If a lawsuit occurs, the assets in the trust cannot be attached by the court, providing secure asset protection. As a result, irrevocable trusts are a useful tool for high net worth individuals or business owners who are concerned about the risk of lawsuits. 3. The use of irrevocable trusts can also result in significant estate tax savings. By transferring assets to a trust, the trust creator can reduce the size of their estate and lower their estate taxes. This is because the trust assets are no longer considered part of the trust creator's estate, and the value of the trust assets is not included in the estate tax calculation. 4. The use of irrevocable trusts for estate planning is also possible. Trusts can include instructions on how assets should be distributed to beneficiaries, ensuring that assets are protected and used appropriately. It is for this reason that irrevocable trusts are a useful tool for those who wish to ensure their assets are passed on to their loved ones. The asset protection benefits of irrevocable trusts. Trusts that are irrevocable are created by transferring assets to a trustee who manages the trust for the benefit of designated beneficiaries. The trust creator cannot change or modify the trust, and the assets are no longer considered his or her property. Trust assets are managed by the trustee, and investment decisions are made by the trustee. The trust can also include instructions for how the assets should be distributed to beneficiaries, ensuring that the assets are protected and used as intended. The trust assets are protected from creditors, lawsuits, and estate taxes because the trust is considered a separate legal entity. This means that the assets held in the trust are not subject to the claims of creditors, lawsuits, or estate taxes. This provides a secure and effective way to protect assets for the long term. For irrevocable trusts to provide the full benefits of asset protection, they must be properly structured and administered. An experienced attorney or financial advisor can help ensure that the trust is structured and administered in a way that meets the trust creator's needs and provides maximum asset protection. There are several types of irrevocable trusts. Each with its own advantages and disadvantages. These are some of the most common types of irrevocable trusts. There are 2 types of charitable trusts: irrevocable trusts that support charitable organizations and revocable trusts that support private individuals. You can benefit from significant tax benefits while making a difference in other people's lives by establishing a charitable trust. Grantor retained annuity trusts. GRAs. GRAs allow the trust creator to retain an annuity for a specified period of time, after which the remaining assets are transferred to beneficiaries. A GRA can be an effective way to transfer assets to beneficiaries tax efficiently. ILITs, irrevocable life insurance trusts, are irrevocable trusts designed to hold life insurance policies. It is possible to avoid estate taxes on life insurance benefits with ILITs, as well as provide liquidity for estate taxes. QPRTs, Qualified Personal Residence Trusts. QPRTs are irrevocable trusts designed to hold the trust creator's primary residence. In addition to providing significant estate tax savings, QPRTs can provide a secure way to pass on the residence to heirs. Irrevocable trusts, choosing the right one. Depending on your specific needs and goals, you will choose the right type of irrevocable trust. An experienced attorney or financial advisor can help you determine the best type of irrevocable trust for your needs, and create a plan that maximizes asset protection while meeting your other goals. It's important to remember that irrevocable trusts are long-term commitments that can't be changed once they are established. Before establishing an irrevocable trust, it's important to carefully consider your needs and goals. Getting the right type of irrevocable trust for your needs and ensuring that it is structured and administered in a way that ensures maximum asset protection is important if you are considering creating an irrevocable trust. If you are considering setting up such a trust, you should consult with an experienced attorney or financial advisor. Irrevocable trusts can be an effective way to maximize asset protection and secure your financial future if you have the right plan in place. Irrevocable trusts have many advantages. As a tool for asset protection, irrevocable trusts offer several key advantages, including creditor protection. Irrevocable trusts offer creditor protection as one of their primary benefits. Even in the event of bankruptcy or financial hardship, assets transferred to an irrevocable trust will be protected from creditors' claims. There is also the possibility of significant estate tax savings with irrevocable trusts. It is possible to reduce the size of your taxable estate and minimize estate taxes by transferring assets to an irrevocable trust. Individuals and families of all ages and backgrounds can benefit from irrevocable trusts because of their flexibility. It's possible to create a trust that meets your specific needs and goals using a variety of different types of irrevocable trusts. A professionally administered irrevocable trust will ensure that your assets will be managed and invested in a way that meets your goals and provides maximum protection. Last but not least, irrevocable trusts can provide peace of mind. When transferring assets to an irrevocable trust, you can make sure that they are protected for the long term and will be available to support your family and loved ones even in times of hardship. Irrevocable trusts have certain disadvantages. Despite the many benefits irrevocable trusts offer, it is important to understand their potential disadvantages as well. The following are some of the key disadvantages of irrevocable trusts. Once assets have been transferred to an irrevocable trust, the trust creator typically no longer has control over them. As a result, you won't be able to access or manage the assets in the trust, and you won't be able to make any changes to the trust after it's established. Irrevocable trusts can be complex and difficult to understand, especially for people who are not familiar with estate planning and asset protection strategies. In order to navigate the complexities of irrevocable trusts, you should work with an experienced attorney or financial advisor. Establishing and maintaining an irrevocable trust can be expensive, especially if it is professionally administered. When deciding whether an irrevocable trust is right for you, you should consider these costs. Since irrevocable trusts cannot be changed or modified once they have been established, it's important to carefully consider your needs and goals before establishing one. To meet your evolving needs, you may need to create a new trust if your circumstances change. Selecting the right option. Although irrevocable trusts can be a valuable asset protection tool and estate planning tool, they're not right for everyone. You should carefully consider your needs and goals before deciding whether an irrevocable trust is right for you. The assistance of an experienced attorney or financial advisor can help you determine whether an irrevocable trust is right for you, and create a plan that meets your needs and protects your assets to the fullest extent possible. It is possible to secure your financial future and protect your assets for the long term through the use of irrevocable trusts if you receive the right advice and guidance. There are several types of irrevocable trusts. You can choose from several different types of irrevocable trusts, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. There are several types of irrevocable trusts, including charitable trusts. Charitable trusts are irrevocable trusts used to support charitable organizations or causes. It is possible to support the causes you care about while receiving tax benefits by transferring assets to a charitable trust. Generation skipping trusts. Generation skipping trusts are irrevocable trusts used to provide for future generations' financial needs. It is possible to ensure that your assets will be available to your descendants for generations to come by transferring them into a generation skipping trust. A special needs trust is an irrevocable trust designed to meet the financial needs of individuals with special needs, such as those with physical or mental disabilities. You can ensure that your loved ones with special needs will be taken care of even if you die or become incapacitated by transferring assets to a special needs trust. Irrevocable trusts for holding life insurance policies are called life insurance trusts. Life insurance trusts ensure that your death benefit will be available to your beneficiaries and won't be subject to estate taxes. An irrevocable trust that holds personal residence properties is a qualified personal residence trust. Transferring your personal residence to a qualified personal residence trust can minimize the impact of estate taxes and ensure that your beneficiaries will be able to access the residence. How to choose the right irrevocable trust. Your specific needs and goals will determine which irrevocable trust is right for you. Working with an experienced attorney or financial advisor is essential to determining which type of irrevocable trust is right for you, and to creating a plan that meets your needs and provides maximum asset protection. Furthermore, it is important to consider the costs associated with irrevocable trusts, including the costs of establishing and administering the trust. When making your decision, consider these costs and determine whether the benefits of an irrevocable trust outweigh the drawbacks. In addition, it's important to understand the tax implications of irrevocable trusts. Before making a decision regarding an irrevocable trust, it's important to consider the tax consequences of each type of trust. As a conclusion, irrevocable trusts can be a valuable asset protection and estate planning tool, but it is important to choose the right trust for your needs and goals. In the right hands, irrevocable trusts can help you secure your financial future and protect your assets for years to come.